begin today with the documentary Impacto, a documentary about the Chicano movement back in the 60s and how it relates today in modern-day Bay Area, Silicon Valley. With me are Adrian Vargas with Casa Vargas Productions and Rudy Coronado, who obviously needs no introduction, but we'll do it anyway. Rudy Coronado is also here on the show. Welcome back, Adrian. Well, tell us about Impacto. You've been working on this for a while. We've talked about this a while back, but we need to raise funds to make sure that this production comes to fruition.
Right. We have been very successful in obtaining sponsorship from the San Francisco Film Society, which allows us to raise money and allows us to seek funds where the public and donors such as foundations, corporations, and individuals can donate money to the film and get a tax write-off. So it's a very, very positive step that we're undertaking now with that step that we have taken. And we have an event coming up where we're trying to raise money for the film as well. We have an agreement with the San Francisco Film Society to raise a certain percentage of the money for the film. It's $1 million film budget. So we're raising about 10% through grassroots efforts, and we have an event coming up November 15th that we hope to raise some money through.
All right, we'll put that information up in the next couple of segments. We do have some video of images of the Chicano movement, if you will. We all remember these horrifying images. But talk, if you will, about the man next to you, Adrian, and what he means to the movimiento and what he means today to this community.
Well, Rudy Coronado is a veterano from many years of struggle here in San Jose, and he has led many causes and has inspired many people, including myself. He was an original member of the Black Berets and marched with Cesar Chavez and did a lot of activism in the community, and he is one of the people that we are featuring in the film Impacto to show the young people where a lot of the doors that were opened, that opportunities now exist for people, really not only were knocked on, but were torn down and kicked open by people like Rudy and individuals like Sofia Mendoza and other people in the community.
And you're still a young man, Mr. Coronado, but what keeps you going, and why the interest in keeping the word, if you will, the word alive?
The way my life has been, and this kind of brings a little laughter to ourselves, you know, is that every time that I try to retire, because I retired from my work 22 years ago. And I said, well, okay, I'm going to retire and I'm going to take it easy. But every time I say that, the good Lord Jesus says, you're not ready to do that.
I have another assignment for you.
You have a lot of things to do yet. So that's what kind of pushed me into this now. I'm also, little story is that I'm a master of martial arts. And I have worked with the Shaolin monks from Hong Kong, China. And in fact, I was the one that organized them when they came here in 2005 to do tournaments here, because they were not allowed to do tournaments.
And this project now with Adrian with Casa Vargas Productions was something that you said, I want to roll up my sleeves and do.
Right. And then in 2006, wasn't it the march, the big march we have, where all the nation, all the Mexicanos and everybody, Latinos, got together and we marched for the immigrants, you know. So this is not something new to me, because I came here from Texas when I was 15 years old in 1945. And I saw, well, I came from a discriminated town in Del Rio, Texas. And I knew what discrimination was. I came to San Jose looking for a better life for myself and for my mother and my dad, because they used to work a lot, you know. And so I thought I was a musician already by that time, professional, because I started music professionally when I was 12 years old. And a lot of people don't believe that until they see pictures that I have at that age playing with
¿Se
bands.
quedó alguien en Del Rio? Porque I think everybody from Del Rio, Texas, is here in San Jose. No, I mean,
Oh,
everybody.
yes.
seems everybody's here.
Half of the people left, they came
Las
here.
canerías.
Mira, Rudy, se nos acaba el tiempo. Just give us a synopsis again of why this project is important.
Okay, on that march that we did in 2006 in the park where we finished from Tropicana, King and Story, then they told me to say something on the microphone, excuse me, and I remember one thing about the Lord Jesus Christ, that Jesus didn't start his ministry until he was 30 years old. Okay, they always had the image of us Mexicanos with a guy with a sombrero, zarape, huaraches under a cactus,
Right.
And it's, Mexicanos, they're lazy. But what happened is that, like Jesus, all those years that nothing was written about him until he was 30 years old when he started his ministry. Okay? All he was doing was observing all the soldiers that were passing through his land where they live, and the whip masters and all that, hitting the slaves. Well, este Mexicano, this Mexican person, which was the giant, he was observing everything that was going through his eyes there. Everybody that was being unjustly done, things done to them.
And you said, ya es tiempo.
Right. And now when he woke up, we have seen it now. That's why I said El Gigante has awakened, because now you see the younger generation all over the country demonstrating for their rights.
And
when did we ever see that before?
No, you're right. And Rudy Coronado is part of this great documentary by Casa Vargas Productions called Impacto. But again, the fundraiser at the Mexican Heritage Plaza on November 15th, going to showcase a couple of films, Soldados Chicanos in Vietnam, and La Otra, El Gigante.
El
¿verdad?
Gigante Awakens, the title of the film for my first film documentary, which I borrowed the phrase from Rudy's speech that he gave that day. And it truly is an historical film itself.
Let's talk about that in the next segment, if we will. But log on to that address, and we'll see you on the 15th at the Mexican Heritage Plaza. We'll be back in just a few. We're talking about the documentary Impacto here on Comunidad del Valle with Casa Vargas Productions. And Adrian, again, give us a synopsis. You came here to give us a sales pitch. Go ahead and give us your sales pitch.
Okay. Well, on November 15th, we're going to be showing two film documentaries by the two local Chicano filmmakers here in San Jose that have produced films for distribution, and that would be Charlie Trujillo with his film Soldados and my film El Gigante Awakens. Both of these films will be shown at the Mexican Heritage Plaza Theater at the School of Arts and Culture on King and Alum Rock Avenue in San Jose. And tickets are $25 in advance, $35 at the door. It is a fundraiser. And people can obtain their tickets in advance by going to Gala Films at eventbrite.com.
We saw that on the screen, right? That we can log that on.
Yes, and so there will be tickets at the door. So people want to spend a little extra money and give a little bit more, they can also provide for funding with tickets at the door.
All right. And the person to contact if you want to do some sort of sponsorship is Maria Sicalvo. Welcome to the show, Maria.
Thank you.
Again, give us your role and why it's important to log on and donate.
My role is the marketing consultant for Casa Vargas Productions and also the executive management, helping Adrian with Casa Vargas Production. And what we do is we're promoting the film of Impacto to generate sponsors and also individual donors that want to be part of this creation of the legacy documentary that we're promoting from the 60s to the current. And also, I am part of that legacy. So I'm speaking from my mom and my dad's heritage of the Mexican Filipino, but it's also covering so much culture of San Jose. And I want all the public to know that there is so much information in this documentary that will be placed in the schools, the libraries, and it's just an explosion to go international. So welcome. the doors that open for Impacto from all of you that are listening to this program. And thank you, Damien, for having us on today, because we are on a journey that will come to fruition. And I thank all of you that if you're hearing of this program today, do connect with Casa Vargas Production as soon as possible and join our journey. Thank you.
Adrian, when they gave you the $1 million price tag, did you say, mejor no? Or did you say, no, this is something we got to do?
No,
We're
well,
going.
you know, this is
We're
nothing.
going.
And when we talk about film, of course,
You want to do it right.
Film,
Yes.
you have to do it right, and we've been working on it for a couple of years, and you know, my background is in Teatro Chicano, as you know, and film is not like putting on a teatro that you write and you rehearse for 3-4 months, and then you put on the play and you perform the piece for a month and se acabó, and you go on to the next play. Well, film is more like a marathon run compared to teatro. Teatro is like a sprint, you know, but we keep at it, and we make progress along the way. We have a lot of people that are coming forward to support. We do have the sponsorship of 4Cs, Gardner Health Network, and El Observador is also helping us to promote the event. So we're hoping that people will come out and support on November 15th, and bring all the familia. It'll be an enjoyable time. The Soldados, a film by Charlie Trujillo, focuses on the experiences of Chicanos in Vietnam during their journey in Vietnam and afterwards when they came home after the war was over.
You're going to get people angry when they attend this, because, I mean, it's reality. It's what
it's reality.
people
What
face.
we're saying is dos épocas misma causa, two
There you
epics, and it's the same cause of what was going on in the 70s and what was going in the 60s.
Yes.
Was going on with immigration today. It's all related to the same social economic conditions that create and cause those issues.
One quick question. I have a third grader. Why do you think she should watch this film?
El Gigante Awakens.
Either that one or El Impacto, or all three of them.
I think a third grader, particularly at Gigante Awakens, would see the multitude of people, the expression of immigrant people, you know, multicultural people coming out to the streets for something that they believe in and being united. And like somebody said in the film, because a lot of kids walked out and joined the march and you know, skipped school. And one of the parents was saying in the film that yes, they left school, but in one day of missing school for 8 hours and being here today, they may have learned more than they could have learned all week.
That's a good way to put it. It's a fundraiser again for the upcoming documentary Impacto. They need to raise quite a bit of money, so attend the November 15th fundraiser at the Mexican Heritage Plaza and watch the film Soldados, Chicanos in Vietnam, and El Gigante Awakens. There is a web address and the Eventbrite also functionality on the website. Thank you all so much. Buena suerte. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you much.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Okay.
And up next, we're on Comunidad del Valle Día de los Muertos. Stay with us.